I'm Maryam. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to show you this very easy, very glam Princess Jasmine makeup look just in time for Halloween. This is one of my favorite makeup looks to do. I am obsessed with Princess Jasmine. She is my favorite princess. Yes, I am that girl. If you're anything like me and if you're planning on being this Disney princess for this Halloween season, then look no further. Remember to subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell because it is important. Leave your comments and questions down below, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, so as you can tell, I am already somewhat in character. I'm wearing the top half of my costume. I'm gonna be just a little bit more extra and tie this blue jasmine ribbon over my headband here because I really want to be inspired. Now the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Matte Effect Blotting Perfector from MURAD, and I'm just gonna pat this all over my T-zone and over the center of my face to get rid of any oil and shine. Next, I'm gonna take this DERMABLEND Insta-Grip Jelly Primer, which looks like honey, but what I like about this one is that it really grips your foundation and makes it last. So if you're planning on wearing this makeup look to a Halloween party, trust you me, it will last all night long. Then I'm gonna pick this super tiny sample size of JOUER Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. Look how cute it is. It's just like this little baby. This is why I keep those PR packages with all those foundation shades. So I'm just gonna apply some onto the spatula here, and I'm gonna apply this all over my face. This one is not too much darker than my actual skin tone. Maybe like a couple of shades. I want everything to look very sun-kissed and very tan. Right now, I'm looking like an Oompa Loompa. Very orange. Next, I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in medium. I'm gonna apply it to my points of interest. And now I need a beauty blender, and I don't have a beauty blender. Maybe Lee can get me a beauty blender. I need a beauty blender. Okay. While Lee is wetting that beauty blender, I am just gonna enjoy my creepy makeup at the current moment. So now I'm gonna pick up my Princess Jasmine mirror, and I'm gonna blend out that concealer. And medium is what I usually use when I want a very natural highlighted look. I'm gonna add some to the lids as well, and also right here in the frown lines. Well, let's be positive. Let's call them the smile, the laugh lines, and then blend everything out. Next, I'm gonna take my FENTY Matchstick. I'm gonna do some Jasmine-esque contouring. I'm gonna do a little something different with my nose. I'm gonna start the contour process straight from the brow and all the way down. This is something that I usually like to do whenever I do Arabic-inspired makeup. Contour under the cheekbone, around the forehead, but not too much. And then I'm gonna blend it out with one of these toothbrush-looking brushes. The one that I'm using is from Tarte. So now before I set everything on my face, I'm just gonna take this Taupe Nudesticks from my friend Melissa ALATORRE's collab with Nudesticks. I'm gonna use this pencil here, and I am going to very gently outline this wave shape here. This is going to serve as the contour for my eyes. Also gonna bring this down a notch and just meet it with my nose contour. Looks pretty cartoony at the moment, but trust me, it will make sense. I'm gonna use this side of my IT Cosmetics brush to just buff out this line. Using cooler shades like this will actually help you sort of change your eye shape or your facial structure. So whereas normally my fold is right here, and now it's been lifted all the way up to here. Do you see the potential? And now it's time to bake. Just gonna use my MERCIER translucent powder, same old beauty blender. No need for different tools here. Gonna start with the under eye. I'm gonna go right into that groove, the negative space between the contour and my eye. I'm gonna go on the opposite side of my nose contour. So basically I want everything from the mouth up on this diagonal here to be baked, and I want it to be brighter. So this is why I'm doing this technique. The reason why I connected to Jasmine was because she was the very first ethnic Disney princess. Until Jasmine, there was no other ethnicities represented. Who's your favorite Disney princess and why? How do you relate to her? Comment down below, I wanna know. So now I am just gonna let this simmer on my face while I move on to the brows. Let me do that and I will be right back. So I'm gonna use my Benefit Brow Contour Pro per usual. I've already outlined this brow. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And because I'm not going for a very cartoony look, I'm sort of inspired by the cartoon and also the musical, which I just recently saw. Thanks, Pixie. I want my Jasmine look to be a little bit more realistic. I'm just gonna go for a softer, thicker brow. And once I have my desired brow shape, I'm gonna start very gently filling it in with the lighter brow pencil that's in this brow pen. So now I'm gonna brush it out. just to distribute that product evenly. I'm gonna take Benefit's Foolproof Brow Powder. You know, the one that I use in pretty much every single video because I just love this product so damn much. I'm gonna take the lighter shade and just gently fill in the inner portion of the brow using upward strokes like this. Right now, this is a good frame for the makeup. So what I'm gonna start doing is beating off some of that powder, at least from the bottom portion of my face. Next, for my eyes, I have just a few palettes here. I have NATASHA DENONA's Tropic Palette. I naturally gravitated towards this because it was turquoise and it just has the most perfect colors for this costume look. I mean, that teal is perfect, the blue is perfect. There's even this like super sparkly teal that I really want to utilize. And of course, it's got all the nice transition colors. But I know that not everyone has this palette, and I know it's not a palette that many of you will want to grab just for Halloween. So I have some other options for you. I also have this VISEART palette, which you can get at Beautylish. It's got some really nice dark blue and teal tones, also some neutrals, a really pretty gold. Whew, that is a really pretty gold. My goodness. And of course, if you want to go the drugstore route, I've got this CoverGirl True Naked Dazed palette, the quintessential Jasmine colors in my opinion. And look at this. Very, very pigmented, you guys. That was impressive. You can find any eyeshadows that work for you as long as you're staying in this color family, in the teals and the golds, in the neutral browns. Before I move on to the eyes, I want to make sure that I have no concealer creases here in my actual fold. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of that Laura Mercier powder and just powder right on top. Next, I'm gonna pick up this tan shade called Sahara from the NATASHA DENONA palette. I'm gonna start applying that right along that groove that I created. Keep in mind, I'm applying it in this wave shape. So sort of under the brow, connecting with the nose contour, then a soft wash across the lid, and then flicking it outwards. I'm gonna take a slightly darker shade, this one from the VISEART palette. And this one also kind of resembles a shadow. So I'm just gonna deepen and darken that outer portion. And also right under the brow, this groove here. After this step, you can really see how doing this technique kind of changed my whole eye shape. I don't know if I like it for every day, but for a costume look, it's definitely a lot of fun. Next thing I'm gonna do is pick up this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick eye color in the shade Smoke. Basically just a gunmetal shape. I'm gonna apply a little bit to this outer V area, right under that shape that I created. I'm gonna sort of smudge it, and then I'm gonna take a little pencil brush. This one's also from Laura Mercier, and I'm gonna smudge that color inwards and outwards. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to use both of these palettes. These two blues from the CoverGirl palette, and also these two blues from the NATASHA DENONA palette. Let's see which one wins it. I'm gonna pick up this Vibrant Laguna, and I'm gonna snap it to the center of my eye. That is one beautiful eyeshadow. Yes, there's definitely some fallout with this eyeshadow, which is why I'm keeping the powder under my eyes. That's sick. I mean, I'm done. I can just go out like this. Not ruling out that CoverGirl though. So I'm gonna pick up this blue from the CoverGirl palette, which is also very, very, very vibrant. Slightly different hue, but look how beautifully it lays. I mean, this is pretty comparable. This blue here is just a pinch more saturated in terms of color, and this one's a little bit more muted, but all in all, they're pretty similar. Although the vibrancy of this one is giving me so much life, I'm gonna have to add a little bit of that to the center. I'm gonna take the previous brush that I used and just softly blend out the edges of that blue shadow with the darker brown, just to make everything a little bit more smooth and seamless and professional looking. I'm gonna take that darker shade Tiger Lily. I think I'm gonna pick it up with my finger because it's a little creamier, and just stamp it. Oh, I can't, you guys. These colors are speaking to me. This blue from the CoverGirl palette, that's a nice blue. Holy crap. At this point, I can safely start beating off all of that powder, starting with the blue. See how easily it comes off? I'm gonna go back with that brown from the VISEART palette and just darken this portion right underneath the inner portion of the brow. And I'm gonna reconnect it to my nose contour. I'm gonna take the definer shade from the Brow Contour Pro. I'm gonna highlight right underneath the brow arch. And then I'm gonna take this flat brush from Kelly Baker Brows and just blend this line so that it's not super harsh. I am taking form, I see it. So now I'm gonna move on to the lower lash line. I'm gonna smudge this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in Perversion. I'm gonna line right underneath. Then I'm gonna use that same Laura Mercier pencil brush and just softly smoke it out. All right, so now I'm gonna take that shimmery dark blue from the CoverGirl palette, and I'm just gonna smudge out that black liner underneath my lower lash line. And I'm also gonna extend it just a bit in the outer corner to connect with that future wing that I will be creating with my liquid liner. Next, I'm gonna take that black pencil and I am gonna tight line my entire waterline. Ugh, my favorite part. Next, mascara on the top and bottom lashes. I'm using Lancome Monsieur Big Waterproof Formula. And I'm also gonna add that same gold to the arch of my brow, right underneath, just to give it some shine. I'm gonna pick up my Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights in Sunray, and I'm gonna add that glitter right on top. So I'm gonna take a tiny little brush and just smudge everything out, spread it across. Next, liner application. I'm gonna use the Bomb Schwing liner that I love. I'm gonna line straight across and then I'm gonna wing it out. And then I'm gonna add my favorite little Arabian nuance, which is the inner corner liner. I'm just gonna draw a tiny little triangle and connect the top liner to my lower lash line. Okay, lashes are on. I am wearing Lily lashes in the style Ella, and they are quite nice and long and curvy. Lee just walked in, he told me I need some glitter on my lids, so I'm gonna apply this Too Faced Ice Queen glitter, which I reviewed in my Too Faced Tutti Frutti collection video, which I'll link up here. I will be honest, it's not the greatest product in the world when worn alone. It's just a little too sheer, but I think over this blue eyeshadow, it'll work quite nicely. The problem with this one is that it will lift your eyeshadow if you apply it right on top of the powder. Just be careful. I'm gonna use this really pretty peachy blush from this gorgeous NARS palette. I'm just gonna stamp it right here to the apples of my cheeks. Moving on to highlighter, I have Glow Money here by Artist Couture. So I'm gonna start with the outer portion of the cheekbone. Also gonna add a little bit of shine on the forehead and on the nose. And then I'm gonna take Artist Couture Loose Pigment Highlighter. This one's in the shade Illuminati. And I'm gonna swerve that right on top. Also gonna highlight my Cupid's bow. For my body, I'm gonna use these new Cover FX glitter drops. The drops are sort of iridescent. There's pinks, there's purples, there's peachy and gold flecks in here. I'm gonna add a couple of drops to my palette here. And then I'm gonna start highlighting my shoulders, my collarbone. Almost want my skin to be wet looking. I'm even gonna highlight my arms. I am not done here. This Jasmine is not ready to go out and play. I'm gonna take Shayla's collab highlighter called Boomin' from her collab with ColourPop. I'm gonna take this big old brush from Tarte and I'm gonna add this loose highlighter all over the chest. Basically, wherever your skin is being seen, that's where you want to apply highlighter. When me and my sister saw Aladdin on Broadway, we were so impressed with how much glitter was used on the genie's bald head that we both looked at each other and we agreed that we would most certainly shave our heads bald just so we can wear glitter all over our heads. I'm gonna take this J.Lo bronzer. I'm gonna add just a pinch. And now moving on to the lips, I'm gonna take my MAC Spice lip liner. I'm going to outline my lips. For the lips, I have this Aladdin shaped PR package from Fenty Beauty. I think I wanna go for, it's just reminding me of sand dunes and camels. I think what I'm gonna do before it dries is just add a little bit of contour with the pencil. Woo! And I think it might be time for my wig. And here we go. A whole new world. Indescribable feeling. Jasmine is ready, but where is her Aladdin? Oh, Aladdin! It's your Aladdin hat. I'm in a whole new world.
Yes. To jealous man, oh, where to go? New world. I don't know the lyrics.
So here is my final Princess Jasmine look from Aladdin, the cartoon or the movie or the Broadway show. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I hope you're gonna be trying out this Halloween look. And if you're not into the Disney princess sort of thing, then check out some of my other Halloween videos right here. I have some vampires for you. I have some witches. I even have a black cat. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.